Up next, we have Jolene Taracatac.
I laid there on my hammock with my spirits crushed from a recent breakup. In addition to the breakup, a few months prior, I dissolved a company that I worked on for over 2 years and quit my job. There were things I had to learn to let go of. Honestly, I thought the relationship was one of the only things safe and sure at the time. So when that ended, it added to my overall confusion. It was easy to slip into that feeling that nothing was right. Trying to escape my sorrows, I laid on the hammock reading a book when a paragraph jumped out at me. It read, "Imagine yourself as a living house. God comes in to rebuild that house. At first, perhaps, you can understand what he is doing. He is getting the drains right and stopping the leaks in the roof, and so on. You knew that those jobs needed doing, and so you're not surprised. But presently, he starts knocking the house about in a way that hurts abominably and does not seem to make any sense. What on earth is he up to? The explanation is that he is building quite a different house from the one you thought of. Throwing out a new wing here, putting on an extra floor there, running up towers, making courtyards. You thought you were being made into a decent little cottage, but he's building a palace." Particularly the part about hurting abominably and things not making any sense resonated with me. And that idea of a decent little cottage sounded so comfortable, but being built into a palace, that sounded exciting. It's perhaps exactly what I needed to hear, and I felt a sense of hope. This coincided with the second week of Divergent U. Little did I know that Divergent U would be a huge part of this palace building process. Since I was in a transition phase, I had temporarily moved back to my parents' house, which was 2 hours away. A lovely friend let me stay at her place during the week so I could attend Divergent U. Ironically, a house was being built across my parents', and every time I came home for the weekends, I could see more progress. And I saw it as a reflection of my own. You know those sayings about all the answers being within yourself? Well, it's true. On the first day of Divergent U, we were given a list of hard questions that helped us self-reflect in a deep way. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What do you want to contribute to this world? And each of these questions had sub-questions within them. I discovered who I was in a deeper way, determined how I wanted to operate based on my newly defined values, and started my company, which 100% feels authentically me, down to its name, Whole Heart Creative, a company that offers content creation and copywriting. I was already offering these services before Divergent U, but I was less sure of myself and the business. I wondered who I thought I was, claiming to be a content creator and copywriter after a failed business venture, like I needed permission from someone else. After all the self-reflection, I came even more confident in who I am and what I have to offer. I am confident that I am a talented content creator and copywriter, and I don't need permission. Although the first step is self-reflecting and finding out who you are, that's only half of it. After you find out who you are, you must share it with the world. After I learned to share more about myself and what I had to offer, amazing opportunities started showing up and my client base started growing. A lot of these opportunities came from relationships I had built from my last company that failed. Just like the house across the street from my parents' house that's not finished yet, I'm still a work in progress, and I have a feeling I'm going to be quite an elaborate palace. Whether you want to be a cottage, a palace, or fill in the blank, I hope you know that you have the power and the ability to choose, and you don't need permission.